have a Toby Keith story. You want to hear it?
Sure. Hi, Diane. How you doing? Yeah, go ahead.
So
you probably
2003. Yeah, 2003. I was getting ready to go on leave to Mardi Gras.
Okay.
So I was in my office getting some things lined up before I took my leave. And I had two NCOs literally almost getting a fist fight over who's going to drive, this USO tour that was coming in. I said, guys, stop. I'll drive. Okay. Because they were getting it. So I said, I'm not signing out to leave till a little bit later. I'll drive. So it ended up being Toby Keith. And I didn't really know the guy that much. I didn't know any of his songs. I just knew he didn't like the Dixie Chicks. So I'm driving around. I'm not saying anything really to him. There's like another guy with me. And I'm driving his van. And he asked me, am I going to go to his show? I said, no. He's like, well, do you need tickets? I said, no. I said, I'm going on leave. And then he kind of figured out that I really wasn't like a big fan, and that kind of, it intrigued him. And I said, well, I know of you and I know you don't like the Dixie Chicks. So that's fine by me. But I said, that's, he's like, the Dixie Chicks, but you don't know. He's like, well, where are you going this? So I said, well, I'm going to this is Mardi Gras during Mardi Gras. It was this time of the year. And he's like, man, if I didn't, and I honestly believe this. He said to me, man, if I wasn't working, brother, I would be on a flight with you. And I think, honestly, that guy would. And he was a good dude.
Yeah.
He was so nice. And he loved the fact that I wasn't marking out over him. And I just drove his ass around, let him do his thing.
See, that's an experience right there. You tell a story, because I don't know anybody that met Toby Keith.
He was fantastic.
Yeah.
I get goosebumps.
Awesome. What was so
guy.
great about him too, though? Like what he did for the military, what he does for the community, all the stuff that he did in his local town. He was a good dude, man. He was a good guy.
Yeah.
Now, wait, I have one last part of the story. I ran into him at another USO thing.
That's fine.
When I was deployed, and guess what? I said, hey man, do you remember me? I said I drove around West Point. He's like, yeah. He's like, how was Mardi Gras?
No way.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh, that's a nice story.
What a freaking wonderful dude. I said, it was a blast, man. Thanks.
God,
I have to edit that and get that and put that on. I swear to God, I'm going to do it.
Great story.
That is a
great
good
story. Great story.
I've
run into a few people here and there during my military career that just blow me away, and he was one of them. So
yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, and I know what Repsolo Cup. Yep,
right.
I know that song after I came out a little bit after. Yep.
I'm not into country music, but I did like him and Johnny Cash.
So I sing the background noise.
Chris Anderson, Toby Keith was the coolest country artist since Mel Haggard,
and he was a thick dude. Toby Keith. He was a thick dude.
Oh, he was a big dude because he actually wrestled in TNA. He tied up with Jeff Jarrett, so he actually had a couple.
And he wasn't like doing sets just to get blood to the muscles. He was like farm boy, big, strong.
Right. Yeah. Right. I mean,
yeah.
I didn't know he had cancer. And
they announced it. They annoued it in end of 22. It hit him fast. Like it came out of nowhere. He got diagnosed, and you figure less than a full 2 years later, it's over.
That's god awful. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. Terrible.
But apparently he passed peacefully. So I mean, that's all you can ask for.
Terrible.
Hey, the good Lord's the call of our number one day. So
everybody,
there's a ticket waiting for all of us to get punched somewhere along the line.
Well, I was told that the Lord needs soldiers to fight the evilness of Satan. So I've been told that numerous times. Yeah,
that's deep. That's very deep.
Yeah.
Now,
where else can you watch a show talk about football?
Yeah, I just went from football to religious,
and then go religious all of a sudden. This is a hell of a show.
Well, I try.
Listen, that's why they call this the experience, because every time you watch the show, you're experiencing something. It's confusion, intrigue, excitement. You're experiencing something.
So, well, guys.